Okay, we're on a roll. We're continuing to refactor our quota wrap here. What we're going to do now is modify the display mechanism so it'll show a set of quotes. And a set is really just a collection of the arrays, of the array indices, excuse me. One of the things I want you to think about here is I want to do this for efficiency. So I don't want to create a situation where I have multiple copies of all the quote text. That's kind of large. It'll use up a lot of memory, and it'll also be slow to process. So basically, a set of quotes is just a set of the indices for the individual quotes that we want to include in the set. So we're going to modify our display method so it'll show either the default, which is all the quotes, or if we pass it a set, the individual quotes in the set. Eventually, the set will be derived from the user running a search, and they'll provide the search criterion, and that'll create a set that we'll use. Okay, so basically I want to create a method that essentially uses this code that I already have here in the all button. So let me just grab the code. And what we might do is we might come back and then patch this to use the new method. So let's just move down here to the end and create a new method here. Okay, so function show quote set. And there we go. And now I'll paste in the code. And it looks good. Okay. Alright, now we want to go ahead and pass the quote set here. So this will be qset. And again, we'll write that conditional code. So if not qset, if we don't have a set of quotes, then we're going to display all of them here. Okay? Which means that I can use this method with my all button here, right? Alright. There's the dog again. Sorry about that. And then otherwise, I have a queue set. And this code is going to be the same. So again, I'll just copy it in there again. Only it's going to go through the queue set instead of quotes. So let's line everything up. And indent it here. Okay. So now you notice I have a bunch of common code here. And so you can see that either way it's going to do some of these things. So really I don't want all this code to be duplicated. So I'm just going to copy it out here at the end of the method. And then I can remove it here from these two sections. Okay. So that just cleans up. So again, you don't want to oh, you know what, actually I need to put this in there too. Copy. Oh, I got that all screwed up, didn't I? Okay, hang on a second here. This goes here. And I need this. Not to be here. So Control C, Control X. Put that in here. Put that in here. There we go. Okay. Now, this one is going to use the getNewQuote method, and it's using the quotes. This one is going to use the queue set that was passed in. So all we have to do is change that. And then the common code now is pulled out of the if else, and it's down here. So we're going to change the text button, clear the interval, and turn on the feed flag. Now, you know, before I mentioned that probably I want to do this before I start doing the display. So since we're going to do this in either case, I'm going to move this again up before I begin to populate the display with new quotes. And that'll just make it work a little bit more efficiently. And we might get to the point where we have enough quotes that it would take too long to populate the display, and the interval would interfere with it there. So this just will help prevent that. Okay. So basically, I'm going to show quote set. So I want to turn the feed off, change the button, set the feed flag so it'll work later on. We already saw how that works. Then here I'm going to display the queue set. Okay, now to test this, we need to make just a little test set real quickly here. And I'm going to just hard code that in, but that's going to be throwaway code. So I'm only doing this to create a test so I can test the code here. So var, I'm going to call this favset equals square brackets, and then I think I'll do like every fifth quote here. These aren't really my favorite quotes, obviously. They're just random for this test here. So let's see. That's 5. Let's do a few more here. I'm just kind of interested in how this will look. So there we go. Okay, so we have an array of indexes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 25. Whoops. That should be 35, that last one there. There we go. And let's come on down here. Sorry about that background noise there. It's not really necessary to do that now and right here. Okay, so let's see now. I got my queue set. So I have to call the show quote section set with my fav set that I set up here. So now, and we have to do that on the button too. So I'm going to temporarily change my interface here. So let's go on over here. And oh, you know what? I forgot to update the all button. So now the all button is just going to call the new method we wrote, show quote set. And it'll call it without anything. So let's do that. We'll set that up. So that's going to default to all the quotes. So let's go ahead and test this right now and just make sure that works. So I'm going to go ahead and save all. Go to my index, Firefox. Okay, so that's working. It's showing all the quotes still, but it's using the new method. That's good. Alright, now to test this, we'll go ahead and just temporarily hard code this in to use our set. So again, when I push, instead of adding a new button to the interface here, I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. So fav, whoops, there we go, fav set. So now it should only show those 5 or 6 quotes that I coded into the fav set here. Let's see what happens. Okay, the feed is working, and now we'll go and try the show all quotes, and you can see that it's not showing all the quotes. It's actually just showing the fav sets. Okay, so we're in a good place now to go ahead and implement our search mechanism. And again, what the search will do is it'll return the indices of the quotes that match the search criterion. and then we'll go ahead and display them. So I think this is probably a good place to end this video. It'll be a real short one, but we're moving again very deliberately towards the functionality that we want. Okay? Alright, real quickly before I do that, let's just make sure that the start quote method still works. Yep, we're going good. Alrighty. Okay, so let's go ahead and where's my video control here? Seem to have lost it. Oh my. There it is.